Today is history, either for the right or wrong reasons. By the end of this episode, we could be Premier League champions for the first time, or we could be on the verge of one of the greatest bottle jobs ever. Let's go and find out which one it is, alongside the small matter of an FA Cup final too. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 153 of the Tudor Times with Hemel Hempstead Town from me, Daniel. We are back today for our third from final Premier League game against Manchester United, away from home against the 6th place side. And my word, we're dropping off in terms of form. We then face Leicester just 3 days later in the FA Cup final, which is inexplicably in the middle of the season. One of the years I end up hating things the most. So if you're looking forward to all of that and seeing how we've got so close to throwing this away, then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. We'll reflect on the fixtures in a minute, where we've only won 2 of our last 6 Premier League matches. And of course, if we don't get the result against United, if the gap closes, we then face Arsenal next as well. It does not get any easier. In the meantime though, if you want to find all the other key playlists and links, they're up in the eye above or description below. And you can support the show either as a channel member by clicking the join button or via Patreon and Twitch with the links in the description. But thank you as always for watching and your incredible support. I'm sure a number of you are here just to see if we can manage to bottle this again. We've done it from 7 points ahead in the Premier League, never from 10. So let's see if we can manage it today. There's a host of 3 sides, 6 points behind us. Manchester City have got 3 games to go, the other 2 only 2. So realistically, it is still a 2-horse race between us and City. I would like to hope we can beat Birmingham at home on the final day, and that eradicates our problems. But I don't want to count on anything at the moment. And if we have a look at the schedule to start off, you'll probably see why. Because we're trying our best to throw it away. So in the last 6 league games, of which you've seen a few on camera, the Tottenham one in particular, we have managed to only win 2, at home to Leeds and away at bottom half Leicester, who we face in the FA Cup final. The rest of it, the defensive form has just gone to pot, partly because of injuries, suspensions and other things, but still fallen apart. And even the win we did pick up was only a 1-0, so the goals are starting to dry up a little as well. Let me take you through the games that we played off camera against Norwich, Leicester and West Ham. 4 points out of a possible 9 in what I would say were 3 pretty winnable games. The Norwich one even more frustrating as their star player Alban was out, and we were pegged back from 1-0 up and from 2-1 up, and it just became so frustrating towards the end. Carlos Torres came off injured in that game. Dura made a mistake coming back to full fitness. Collins and Joe did get the brace as we relied on midfielders again, but wasn't enough to get us the 3 points. In the end though, we were happy to take the draw, and we backed it up the week after with a lovely 1-0 away win. How many of those have we seen on camera this year? Ignacio Dura with a toe poke, a little knockdown at the back post from a corner. I think it was John Mellon, and he poked it in from less than a yard. A brilliant way to win that game. But our defence then let us down the following week. Against West Ham United, annoyingly, we threw away a 1-goal lead. Fitz Rubeck had put us ahead. It was a carbon copy of the League Cup final against Southampton. 1-0 up, gave away 2 silly goals, and unfortunately, we probably deserved to lose it in the end. So now, we've got big problems and big decisions, because yes, I could bank on winning the Birmingham game and give up these 2 matches, but I think we're going to have to rest people for the FA Cup final and play our strongest side today and against Arsenal, because I wouldn't forgive myself if we missed out on the Premier League title because I'd rested people in big games. So that's where we have to make a decision now. As much as it's my favourite competition, we've won an FA Cup, we haven't won a Premier League. This is history for me as a Football Manager player, for us in this Hemel Hempstead career, and for the YouTube channel too. So we've got to make this count. Let's go and get straight into the game. There is no point trying to put it off any longer. If we get through the dynamics, things are still pretty good given the form we're in, but there is no doubt the jitters are starting to affect this young squad. We've got the added caveat today that Leicester are hosting Manchester City. That's our FA Cup final opponents versus our title rivals. And then Manchester City play at the weekend when we're in FA Cup action. So if we lose and City win both, we'll be level on points into the final game. That is a frightening prospect from where we were. So let's go and get into it and hope our common ground gets us through. Neither us or United want City to win the league, so they know how to stop it. Unfortunately, though, with them chasing the top four, I'm not sure they're going to relent that easily. So let's see what lineup we can put out for this one. I'd like it to be fairly similar if possible. We've decided we're going to go as strong as possible. We're not worrying about the FA Cup for now. We have got an injury to our backup keeper for the first time this year, so there will be a change on the bench with Striker coming on. A little bit odd that they've given us a greyed out keeper who's not in full condition. I don't think I've ever seen that in a player brought in that way. De Vitter's out injured, he's missed the last few weeks, and we have missed him as well. And if I look at the squad, Dura's just getting back to fitness. Srubeck had a little knock, but he might be alright. I'm going to stick as strong as possible. If we have to rotate at the weekend, fine. But this is the 11 I'm going for. We've got John Moore in goal with Mellon and Klaas the fullbacks, Dura and Zaruk at centre-half, and Drecker, Stamatis, Coronel and Joe the midfield diamond, and then Torres and Srubeck up front. It is a big game in the history of this football club. I think big might be an understatement, by the way. So let's go and get into it at Old Trafford and see if we can edge closer to the Premier League title. I should say on the slightly more positive front, if City somehow lose at Leicester and we get a draw or better, we've won the league, so there are some positives to tonight as well. We could finish this episode having won a domestic double and the big one as well. Let's get through the tunnel interview into the first half. I'm not sure it's going to go down that easily, particularly given our recent form and our recent away form. But let's go and find out nonetheless. The latest scores are the most important bit to stare at. The eye contact is not going to move from that screen. Unless, of course, we start conceding goals heavily. As it is, it's been a quiet 15 minutes. That's exactly what we wanted. I would bite your arm off for a point here right now. But Manchester United, having most of the stats, having the possession, having the shots, no highlights to show for it yet though. Chelsea won up against Southampton. That doesn't affect us. Leicester still holding City though, as Fabian has a throw on the left to Musiala. He gets it inside to Mazarin. Holds it up to Juric and he goes wide to the right. They have been the better side and they have got the better players going forward. Tavares in the middle always seems to score against us. And Coronel, oh, how is that not a penalty? Fathy on the rebound puts it over. He's flying into challenges in his own box as he learnt nothing from the League Cup final. As it is, we're going to get to half-time, I think goalless. But there has been not much to inspire in this display. So what we're going to do is get through the dressing room, ask the lads to prove a point. And we're going to drop to a balanced mentality and hold on for that crucial point at Old Trafford. And within a minute of the second half starting, we're back with a throw on the right-hand side where we immediately surrender possession as they play out from the back with Moretti on the right. Down the line he goes to Bravo. No pressure on him, so they just keep it at the back with Silvera and Henry. Again, time on the ball as it's worked out to the left-hand side and Fabian to Fathy. Holds the ball up well, back to Fabian on the left. We're kind of restricting them here, but they're managing to get through us. They're winning those second balls, those little aerial duels, all the things I don't like losing, to be honest. And here's Musiala, the most experienced in the team, to Juric and Fabian. Time in possession on that left-hand side. Through ball to Musiala. There's 2 or 3 in the middle. It's back to Marazin. And it's 1-0 United. Oh, it's going to go right to the wire, isn't it? How are we making this look so hard? Please, Leicester, please do us a favour. We're now getting warnings about tired legs as City take the lead and United double theirs. Oh, no, not like this. The offside flag might yet save us. It hasn't gone up, but VAR will check. Goal is awarded. This title race is going all the way. It's 2-0 to them. It's 1-0 to City. The gap is going to be 3 points. Not what I wanted with 2 games to go. I might as well make changes here to save legs. We're going to take off Srubeck up front for Frederick Anders. We're also going to take off Stamatis. He'll be replaced by Alberto Vass with switching sides with Coronel there. And then Collins and Joe off. We're going to bring Azoma on. Torres number 10 will go basically 3 up front. Hopefully it works out for us. But what an awful start to the second half. As we've got a free kick with Azoma just inside the United half. Coronel picks it up to Azoma. From distance, it's tipped wide. I'm going to demand more because the performance has been shocking. We've got to be honest. Defensively, bar Zaruk, does anyone make the FA Cup final lineup fitness-wise? Looking at that, probably not. Coronel's probably not fit. We could end up with no trophies this season. We are getting towards that territory. We've lost the ball yet again. to give away a counter-attack, and Musiala's down the right to Bravo. Vass wins it back this time to Class. I've gone positive again. We're trying to get on the front foot. John Moore's kicks aren't even going 30 yards now, as Torres gives the ball to Coronel. Back to Zaruk, and wide to Mellon. We need some inspiration. I don't see it in this game though. And Drecker's basically in the back four. Coronel chips down the line. He's just trying to flick a basic ball round the corner. That's not what we've trained. Bravo back to Moretti. If anything, United could make this ugly. And goal difference, which at the moment is very much in our favour, is dwindling away. And I am getting very, very angry at the way we're bottling this. I know we've got a young squad. I know that most of these players haven't been in this position before. But this is frightening. It's genuinely frightening how bad we've been the last few weeks. Manchester United have been in freefall. And we are collapsing. City 2 up. The goal difference swing is 5. It's about to be 4. 2 players unmarked at the back post. I don't care how nervous you are and how much you're playing out of an ordinary situation. That is inexcusable. It's a disgrace of a display. It's an embarrassing collapse. And I honestly believe, even with Birmingham at home the final day, the only way we win this title is if City do it for us. Because we are in big trouble. And what's also worse about this, we talked about the others being out the title race. Goal difference wise, Liverpool have now got a better goal difference than us because we've done so badly tonight. We've actually brought another team into the title race. That is the worst display of the season by a million miles. And what a time to produce it. Utterly, utterly pathetic. And I'm going to throw the toys out the pram. Demotivated, I don't care. You need a wake-up call. Because the last 7 or 8 games, this has been coming. On to the FA Cup final. Most of them won't be fit. Probably a good thing based on that performance. And we have to beg City drop points. I don't know what other hope we have. Leicester did get a late consolation, but City now 3 behind with 2 to play. Liverpool and Spurs 6 behind, but we've opened up the goal difference battle by being humiliated. Arsenal at home chasing the top 4. That's going to be a tough game next up. And in Birmingham, technically are still in the relegation mix. If that comes down to the last day, they're going to be right up for it too. This could be a devastating end to the season. I don't even know if I'll have the will to carry on if we manage to bottle this one. Let's hope the FA Cup can set things right. And let's hope Leicester are fully knackered from that game because we're going to need a real big boost. And I don't know that we can find it ourselves. A very big moment for us. And no, it's not the FA Cup final. We kick off at 5:30. Fulham versus Manchester City, 3 o'clock in the Premier League. If Manchester City beat Fulham, they will be level on points with us and the pressure will really start to rise. We need an absolute miracle. Fulham, do your very best, please. I'm begging. We're back at 5:30. I haven't seen what the score is. It still hasn't loaded. Please tell me. We've secured a top 4 finish. That's something nice. Don't really care. I think we knew we were going to do that. Let's have a look, though, at the fitness tests and what the score was in the other game. Srubeck maybe shouldn't play. De Vita not quite fit. Please. Oh, they've dropped points. Fulham, you absolute legends. 0-0. What a game. Absolutely superb. That is a big lifeline for us. Now, if we draw against Birmingham, it's probably enough. That is a very different scenario for us. Thank God they're trying to do the job for us here because, as I said, that's the miracle we needed. Let's go and get into the FA Cup final. The lads should be absolutely buzzing in the dressing room off of that. But Leicester City are a good side. And if you remember last year, we had an FA Cup final against Southampton. Arthur Ndu had joined the summer before and he was a key player in their cup final win. This summer, we sold Arlan to Leicester City. Is he going to do the same to us again? Please don't let it be the case. Let's get through the tactical meeting and see who's fit for today's game. Of course, it's a sellout at Wembley, and against anyone other than Southampton, we're normally pretty good. Basically, no one's fit. This is going to be a change almost of the full 11. Back in a moment. Right then, a couple of minor gambles taken, but generally we've listened, we've rotated. We've only got one goalkeeper fit, he has to play. Last season's first choice fullbacks are going to be in the squad. Zaruk is playing ahead of striker. That's a big moment. If we get a couple up, we'll obviously take him off, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case. De Vita starts. The fitness team say 75 minutes. That's what I'm going to do. Martin's in as the number 10, and Torres is playing with Azoma up front. Srubek and Coronel and Jura out the squad. Lots of the other tired ones on the bench. I think it's the best we can do, and I'm just begging it'll be enough. What a hilarious situation for the FA Cup final, off a 4-0 tanking, with a massive Premier League decider in 3 or 4 days. This is why the FA Cup final should be at the end of the season. Case closed. Our 11 for today is John Moore in goal, Chauvin and Delgado the fullbacks, with Hanifan and Zaruk at centre-half, De Vita, Luiz, Vass and Martin the midfield diamond, Torres and Azoma the front two. The bench is full of good players but unfit players. So we really need this 11 to do the job. Into the cup final we go at Wembley. Please, don't let it be a repeat of last year, or the League Cup final for that matter. And here we go, as it's 6 changes for Leicester as well, who look like they've weakened a bit. But look who the captain is. Arlan, our former player. It's just written in the stars, isn't it? Let's be honest, this is not our priority this season. But what could have been a domestic treble has already become a double, might now become a single, and might next week become nothing. So we've got to be very careful here. Hopefully the boys have got the same buzz as me though from that Manchester City being held by Fulham. So let's get into the first half. Remember what we're like at Wembley normally, and hopefully rekindle that form that saw us win so many trophies over the last few years. Fingers crossed, can't be worse than midweek, can it? Well, I've even kept the Premier League scores on my screen just to make sure that I don't forget I should be happy, as early doors we're playing some lovely stuff here. Chauvin finds Luiz as we're camped on the edge of their box. They're sitting very deep defensively. Chauvin into Torres, plays a 1-2. Back to Luiz and De Vita. How long will he last? It's into Vass. Oh, it's a good effort. First time shot is towards the corner. Didn't have enough pace to beat the keeper though. And Lee kicks it long downfield, up towards Itua. Chauvin wins the header. Torres can't quite get there though, and Henriksen will bring it away. I'm already looking at this game and thinking, well, the subs are going to be dictated by fitness, so we need these players to perform as Carlos Martin gets in. Oh, a match-fit Martin scores that. So crucial at the start of the season. He's the reason we're in a title-winning position, in fairness. But at the moment, he's missed key chances, and Zaruk somehow missed that too. 0-0, we have 3 good opportunities. Is it going to be a day where they go begging again? Please, just don't let it be another disappointment, as Zaruk plays out from the back, into Luiz in midfield under pressure, goes 1-2 with De Vita and Zaruk. Space to carry the ball into, not much pressure on him. Torres drifts wide a bit, chips it towards Vass. Great midfield run and also a great interception by Vesic. He was the man who scored late on against City for them in the week. And it's back to the goalkeeper Lee as they go long downfield. We should be winning that at the back, and Zaruk, really composed, brings it down and starts again with John Moore. Out to Hanifan. The skipper finds De Vita. Oh, he's been mugged right on the edge of the D. And then Campbell goes through and thankfully just didn't have the pace to get away from Zaruk. He was back in a flash to help out. But the other two, what on earth are you doing there? Quarter of the game gone, 0-0. Leicester yet to have a shot on target, but we wasted early chances. We've not looked like scoring since. And with 10 minutes to the break, we're back with Hanifan in possession in his own half. Finds De Vita, who's got acres to run into. Gives it to Carlos Martin. Luiz goes left to Azoma and Vass. Azoma again, wrong pass. Martin was making the run. Vass picks it up again though. Finds Carlos Martin. To Alberto Vass. Shoots right-footed. That is a beautiful finish on the biggest possible stage. Curling right-footed effort round the defender and round the keeper. Bends it into the corner of the net. No chance to be saved whatsoever. It's 1-0 and on the stroke of half time. My word, did we need that, because we'd gone flat. And now we're trying to nick a second before the whistle. Chauvin playing a 1-2 with Torres. Gives away possession with a really poor cross. And it's out to Itua on the left-hand side. He finds Arlan the skipper and Newton. A man we know plenty about, of course, Arlan. I'm just waiting for him to pop up as he plays that one through. Who gets there first? Is Zaruk. He's everywhere. I don't know how he's got a 6.7. He's been brilliant back there for us. As Chauvin gets it on the right-hand side. Down the line to Torres, who's been drifting wide a lot in this half. Back to Zaruk. Over halfway he comes. Give us that cutting edge. Give us that second goal. De Vita. To Hanifan. He's now got space. We're switching the play quickly, but then we're forced backwards again as Zaruk finds Louise. It's a great passing move. Can it end with a glorious Wembley goal? Azoma to Martin to Torres. Oh, that's lovely. How many passes was that? Carlos Torres with the goal. It was a gamble to play him. But I think, and I don't want to speak too soon, but I think we're going to win the FA Cup and finish what could have been a terrible episode in style. 2-0 at the break. City doing us a favour in the league. It could be the perfect Saturday. Into the second half. Let's not have any drama here. And we're back 5 minutes into the second half as Zarouk hoops it long from his own half to Torres. They're committing men forward here, Leicester, and it could leave a space on the break as Luis tries to find Vass making that run again. It's through to the keeper who clears long. Delgado brings it down though. Over halfway to Rodrigo de Vita. Doing really well considering it's his first game in a month. And Torres releases Vass. I think he's onside. And he's tried to dink the keeper. That is ridiculous. No need to take that finish at all. And now we have to think about fitness. We have got Zarouk running on empty. De Vita running on empty. Vass the same, but Louise on the yellow are not playing well. What do we go for? First two subs. K Striker on. Ahmed Zarouk off. It's a big weakening, but we need the fitness. Second one. De Vita off. Has to be Andreka, doesn't it? And then Stamatis will come on for Louise. It is not the ideal substitutions we'd like to make, but fitness dictates. Don't think we get more than 3. We don't. So they're the ones we've made. Should be solid enough at 2-0 up, but with 20 to go, anything's possible. It's the FA Cup. Well, this game has gone incredibly quiet, and I could not be more grateful. 3 minutes added on, and after 2 defeats in a row, both at the hands of Southampton, we have ended the Wembley Hoodoo with a big win against Leicester in the FA Cup. Arlan not able to come back and haunt us like Arthur and Doo did, and we will be lifting the trophy at Wembley Stadium, but it will still be a disappointing year if this is the only one, and thanks to Fulham, we've got a great chance of making it a domestic double next time. For now though, success at Wembley, and after heartbreak at Manchester United in midweek, it's been worth it. This is the ending we were hoping for. Next time out, we've got our final 2 Premier League games. We've got to win the title this season. We will not get a better chance to add to this trophy, but at least we've got one if all else fails. Through the dressing room, we'll tell the lads we're pleased because it is a very important moment to win a trophy, but we want to make it 2. Let's have a look at the schedule, remind ourselves of those last 2 games. Lots of players happy, lots of money being thrown about, but let's remind ourselves of what we're back for because unfortunately we didn't wrap up the double today, and although City are trying their best to help us, the bottle job could yet still be on. We need 2 points to guarantee the title, 1 will likely be enough. At home to Arsenal, that might be tricky based on our recent form. At home to Birmingham, it would with respect to them be a catastrophe if we didn't do it. So let's have a look at a Premier League table, remind ourselves of what we're going to see next time. This. We've got a game in hand. It is Arsenal in midweek. We will be back for that. If you did enjoy seeing us make the title race interesting with a massive collapse at Manchester United, albeit before ending a Wembley curse with the FA Cup final, then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. We've got a big weekend with Viborg returning tomorrow, and then of course on Sunday our double header with Experiments and a top 3 at 6 PM before we're back on Monday with the title deciders. Are we going to bottle it? I hope you'll come and join me to find out, but in the meantime, I will put all the other links in the eye above or description down below. And the top 3 playlist is directly above my head now. So please do give that one a try, and I'll see you back here on Monday to find out if we can make history.